The footstep of the march in Washington was firm, with a quiet purpose and a mannerly rhythm. It aroused, even in dissenters, a larger awareness of the right of the Negroes as Americans to share equally not only the sun and air so clear and free on the day of their march, but their right as Americans to share opportunity and privilege as well. America has known this intellectually for a long time, for 100 years by history's calendar. On August 28th, America learned this emotionally, with clarity more penetrating than intellect. Every kind and class, every generation of America participated. If not in the city of Washington, across the land by television, America mutely attended the feeling of the march and heard the all-encompassing cry for freedom from indignity. America heard back into the miles of her history to Lincoln, Jefferson, Tom Paine, Patrick Henry. Everybody attended the march in Washington of August 28th. Momentum for the march began slowly. By 11:30 a.m., a mounting tide of children, students, parents, grandparents, placards and banners held aloft, were walking down the wide avenue named in honor of the Constitution of the country. No attempt was made or thought given to strict lines of marching. The mood of the day was serious, but relaxed. 200,000 strong, they marched in the largest demonstration for civil rights in the history of the United States. A cross-section of the 50 states were represented as they progressed along the avenue, loosely grouped together by states or organizations or busloads.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
So I grew up in the Kansas City area and grew up in a neighborhood of families, children. My grandparents lived, about 5 minutes from us. I grew up in a community where families knew each other, where families supported each other. I was the kid that packed their backpack and wanted the school supplies and cried if we couldn't go to school. I landed at Stanford University. I got introduced to international relations and understanding kind of public policy and how do you leverage resources to support an initiative, support a community. I would go on to do a master's at Princeton University in public policy. I get an offer to be the Secretary of Administration and the Chief Technology Officer for the state of Kansas.
There could be nobody better for my cabinet than DeAngela Burns-Wallace. Great problem solver, and she's a terrific manager of people. It was clear that, not only could she be Secretary of Administration, but when we needed a new head of our information technology office, here I had the perfect person already in place, and one who was willing to take on such an extraordinary task.
I would eventually find and wind my way back home, but about 8 months in, I got a phone call about an open search that I might want to consider. And that search would land me in this role here at the Kauffman Foundation. The Kauffman Foundation today focuses on creating greater access. How do we play a role in learning and convening so that we are able to change the trajectory for individuals, for families, for communities?
You name a group, a target population for which the American dream has not yet been materialized, and I think her work touches on that.